Dulci Jubilo, let us all
Okay, the song I'm going to be discussing is a carol, a German carol from the 15th century, rewritten, rearranged by Robert Purcell, and for 4 voices. And I've included a PDF file of that arrangement. It's a beautiful piece, and I did a version of this on a compilation Christmas record back in like 2011. And at that particular time, I was playing a 7-string, and I think I rearranged the voices differently. And, you know, I've included that as well, so you can check out that version of it. And certainly go look up the choir singing the Robert Purcell version of that. It is a beautiful piece. It was written in 1837, and it's one of the most beautiful pieces of music I think I've ever heard. It's why I wanted to kind of take a little bit of a deeper dive into it and kind of analyze it and really see what was, how could I arrange this on the guitar to make it sound interesting. So what I tabbed out was what I just played in the beginning is a whole nother version of it, and at the end I just kind of went off and did my own thing. The first part is actually taking the main theme of that piece of music for 4 voices and playing it basically in the first position. You can play this in a lot of other ways to get those voices to come out. And what I find that, looking at 4 voice, 4 instruments, 4 voices or 4 instruments, is that when you have one bass and everything else is kind of in the same range, it's kind of hard to find a place for all those notes to go, because usually, sometimes I have to take a middle voice of a chord. Like if we're taking this F major, I'm trying to keep the bass on the bottom because there's an F drone for that part before it switches. I'm trying to keep that there, so I have to sometimes take some of the internal voices and bring them up, and some of them and bring them down. So when we're going into that realm, it's kind of like working through and then I'm trying to keep the voice on the bottom, which is an F. So sometimes it's kind of hard when you're trying to do almost a drone of a bass note on the bottom and have all this counterpoint going against the bass note. So there's a middle voice that moves. That moves down. I have stuff from the F, so you're going to hear that in there. So that's kind of what I had to do for that, because if I wasn't putting that middle voice in there, it's like trying to get all that motion that's inside of those 4 voices, and it's a difficult thing to do. but you know, rearranging some of your favorite tunes, whether they're Christmas tunes or jazz tunes or whatever, and trying to find ways to put those voices in there. Sometimes you have to sing it in order to play it. Sometimes you have to just really listen to the piece of music and try to find out what's that one note that's sticking out. A lot of times you get these certain like closer notes together. You get like a G and an A that are under. So you're trying to find out how to get that suspension note in there. Like there's this. And then one part of a tune is kind of like doing the melody line. So so you're trying to keep that melody line in there. Okay, so you know that's one of the like logistical challenges of trying to rearrange music. So in the MP3 that I included, there's a solo section that I wrote that goes around various chord shapes. So you're going to hear that. It's basically just doing these suspended 9 chords. And then going down half step at a time. Actually do it. And it ends on a 5 chord. So, rearranging music is fun. You know, you make it work to your advantage, and you try to keep as much of the melody in there as you can. And that's kind of what I tried to do with that. And then with the last part of this piece, it was mainly just going for a chord progression in F major. So, and then I work with doing some of these. Like they're add chords, you know. It's an A and F. Actually, it's more of an inversion of a F9, and then it goes to an inversion of a C major chord. And then I just do some arpeggiations at the end. Again, they're 9 chords. Chords right here kind of come out of some other, they all have a theoretical background, but really what I'm picturing there is I'm looking at spreading out notes across the fretboard a little bit. So I'm looking at these, and what this is basically, this could be a inversion of a sus4 chord. To me, it would be like an A minor sus chord. And then this one right here would be an inversion of a D minor, or actually a B flat. This would be like a B flat major chord with an added 9. And then I just kind of worked on doing different major voicings as I went up. Again, an F9, B flat major, with another 9 in it. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. That's a D minor chord. Comes right out of D minor pentatonic. Another C9, C major 9. Then we go to a inversion of an A major. major, C major, and then F major 7 at the end, just hammering that E at the high fret there. So those are just some ideas that I had for this tune. I just wanted to share them with you. And you know, rearranging your own music is fun. It doesn't have to be challenging. It's you know, it is challenging. It should be challenging so that you're able to build on what makes you a better musician, right? So, doing these things, that wasn't easy for me either. Looking at Bach cantatas is like, you want to pull your hair out because you want to try, the music you love, you want to express it on the guitar in a meaningful way, and it's hard work. But you do learn a lot, you take away with you, and that's what it's all about. That's the main goal. That should be like a New Year's resolution. If you haven't looked at doing New Year's resolutions yet, that's what you should do. It's every year, it's something new for me. It's never going to stop because I'm never as good as I want to be. It's just life. It's the way it is. Doesn't matter what level you're at. So with that, I'm going to wish you guys a happy holidays, a happy new year, all the best in 2020, and stay true. Stay on fire. Peace.